Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Have you ever heard this expression, mental gymnastics? Well, I think that refers to the activity of our brains in coming or finding an accepted answer or to fit our conclusion to the statement made by someone else. So let's say someone says, well, Joe Biden is a fit physically and mentally individual. And you think it's not true, but then you don't want to say it's not true, so you try to find, through mental gymnastics, a justification why he might be, fit mentally and physically. And you try to discard certain things, you dodge, do some tsukahara, do some whatever, and then you come with the conclusion, yes, he's fit. Now you did that by ignoring certain evidence and overemphasizing some evidence that would help support your conclusion or that statement. So I think this is what we're required with Zelensky and Ukrainian leadership many times, to do some mental gymnastics and accepting that when, let's say, this example, Zelensky, let's say, bans certain parties. That's not destroying the freedom of, the democratic system of elections or so on. No, he doesn't interfere. We have to do that gymnastics. How come? I know that if in a country you have a guy says, well, we're going to ban 20 political parties, that's not right. Well, somehow we have to say it's right. Then you employ the mental gymnastics. Or when he says, you know what, we're going to ban certain kind of books in our country. When you hear that, until now we've been told that you were, conditioned by our society to think banning books, burning books, Nazis. Right there. That's you never heard about Christians burning books or other burning books, Nazis, right there. But in this case, no. When these guys are banning books or burning books, no, don't make that connection. Do some gymnastics that you can't jump the wall to get over there. When the Ukrainian leaders, not Ukrainians, the leaders of Ukraine, the guys in charge of Ukraine, ban a religion or a denomination. They say, well, you know what, this kind of denomination is forbidden right here. Everybody says, yeah, nothing to see here. If that would happen in another country that we don't like, that would be immediately pointed out. Hey, what are you infringing of the freedom of religion? Here, gymnastics, we have to come with a justification, which, yes, because the evil Russians. Well, if that justification, that threat or boogeyman should not give you a blank check to do anything you want in that name. Well, this is exactly what these guys are doing with the agreement of their backers, supporters, sponsors, the guy in charge. Actually, they don't say anything about it, like they didn't say anything about the 2014 illegal, coup of an legitimate elected government of Ukraine. When those guys did it with the outside help, so they destroyed the democratic system. Those guys who got in charge were immediately recognized and they were talked to by the guys, the loving countries who love democracy. These guys toppled the government, democratically elected, through just fine. So what's going on here? Zelensky does this, and I guarantee you the Western world, the values, the European values and the American values will have nothing to say, and they will tell us to activate that mental gymnastics. Here it is, Ukrainska Pravda. And they're not ashamed or they're not shy about it. Thursday, 22 of June 2023, which is today. Zelensky signs law banning books from Russia. This not only tells us that they are in charge really and they do whatever they want in the name of that, but it means they treat us like children, or at least the people on the territory of Ukraine. Ukrainians, whatever they are. They treat them like children. That is, you are not capable of discerning the difference, make a difference between this And that we will not allow, we will protect you like a parent, like a mommy protects a toddler. You know, honey, you can't go over there. Oh, no, you can't do this, you can't do this. Because she's in charge, obviously, and she thinks, for good reasons, that the toddlers, book. Well, the same thing with these guys. They will protect the Ukrainian population from having access to crazy propaganda. But you are not involved in propaganda. You are the pinnacle, the summit of the truth. So, mental gymnastics, this is exactly what it is. Bad, we're good, we protect you because you're tards. Basically. I mean, how this is the plain situation, and now you have to do all the gymnastics about whatever. Let's move on here and see what these guys are saying. President Zelensky has signed the law number 2309 banning the import and distribution of Russian books. And I'm quoting: "I signed a law on amendments to certain laws of Ukraine concerning the establishment of restrictions on the import and distribution of published materials regarding the aggressor state." Boogeyman, bad, bad, bad. The Republic of Belarus, the same. So these are in name of this, I'm going to do this for you to protect you. And the temporary occupied territory of Ukraine. I think this law is correct. So that means Zelensky has this mindset. He thinks all this is correct. Because of the aggressor state, I will not allow you to read books coming from there. Because you're dumb. I mean, how? This is without filter. With filter is I protect you, these guys are bad, and you need to know the truth and love, and I'm the one who brings that to you. Now, Zelensky also added that the text of the law was sent to EU institutions. That means he wants to, build legitimacy. If the EU will say it's okay, he is absolved of any tyrannical moves. And remember, he signed the law, an amendment, right? Amendments, the laws are already over there voted and created by whom? By Rada, by their parliament. So that means those people over there, democratically elected in a democratic Ukraine with European values, did this law. Okay, Ukraine, restrictions. So he just amended it. And he sent it to the EU institutions. And these guys, the master, will say, yeah, that's okay for now. And then imagine, let's say, a country like Hungary will start doing this and will ban books from United States of America regarding certain subjects. What do you think will happen? I think Budapest will be bombarded in no time. EU institutions to address whether specific provisions of the law can affect the implementation of obligations in terms of protecting the rights of minorities. He's very concerned with the rights of minorities, which, if we ban them from Russia, if this. And the Europeans say, no, you're okay, baby doll. In particular, linguistic ones, in the context of the recommendation of the European Commission's opinion on Ukraine's application for EU membership. So this guy, Zelensky, tells us that he is a correct, outstanding man. He wants to make sure that the European values are the same as the Ukrainian values. Therefore, he sends this over there to see, hey, did I act perfectly? Yes, you did, Mr. Zelensky. Thank you very much. Bring it back. That's what he wants. He wants legitimacy. And like for sometimes when you go and buy a car, let's say, now you don't call it used car. You buy it a pre-owned. Someone put his butt on that seat many times. Okay, I don't care if you call it pre-owned or used. It's used. Pre-owned, leave the euphemism away. If they want to say, hey, this is a special car, they say it's a certified pre-owned car. That means they checked it, they did everything, it's like new. And sometimes they give you some extra warranty on that, an extended warranty on the car. So that's certified. Click, good to go. So this is what Zelensky wants. Hey, it was certified. That means the shop decided that it's okay, perfect, good. Okay, well, do I believe the shop? Let's start with that one. What if the shop has a very, very bad review? I check online, out of 5 stars, it has no stars, but it's certified by that shop. Do I still, hey, it's certified right there. The same thing, I'm going to go and say, yes, it's certified by the European Union. Hold on, time out. Is the European Union trustworthy regarding this issue? No, it's not, because it picks and chooses. No, it's not. So this certification that this weasel is trying is just for people below 86 IQ who say, yes, well, the European Union said it's okay. Yes, they called yes. If the European Union, yes, they said yes. He's not doing anything wrong. Maybe the European Union is not an acceptable referee here. How about that? Always when you say, hey, let's have a conversation or a debate with someone, hey, let's ask Gigi about what he thinks about it. No, why should I accept Gigi to be our referee? In our conversation, what gives Gigi the right to tell us what's true and what's not true? I mean, obviously, if you trust Gigi's intelligence and so on, but even though Gigi is another person, the problem is between you and I. We have to agree, not Gigi come, yeah, I think that's the way. I think it remembered. Let's ask mommy. Why do I want to ask mommy? I want to ask daddy. Or I don't want to ask anybody. I want to ask this and this, or whatever you got. Anyway, so let's go and see what's going on here. On June 19, 2022, the Verkhovna Rada, this is the lower house, supported law number PAPAPA on amendments to certain laws of Ukraine concerning the establishment of restrictions on the import and distribution of published materials regarding the aggressor, said PAPAPA occupied. The next day, it was handed over to the president for signing. In July 2022, public figures began to demand that the president sign laws that will support domestic book publishers. Now they make it like, oh, we have to... No, well, these public figures are just the same as this guy, the same mentality. We do it because we can, and remember, if they do it with the Russians, they can do the same thing in other issues. Let's always look at that. Always look at that possibility. Don't look at this context that you agree with. Like these idiots here are saying, yeah, let's arrest all these guys that have a different opinion on this issue. Let's say it. Even that would be abuse. They're happy about it because they're like this. But if they agree with that, next time it could be them or they at the receiving end. They don't think that far. They say, hey, it's not going to be me. Like you guys, these guys. Oh, I'm an ally to this issue. I'm an ally. You're an ally now. But when those guys reach their goal, you are going to be probably the last one they're going to be out. You are an ally because you were used. So a lot of allies here, some of you probably know exactly what I mean. A lot of allies here, they think that they will be spared. No, they will not be spared. No, you will not be spared. You will be probably the last ones who are going to be, discarded. Did you like my euphemism? Yes, discarded means like, I don't need you anymore. What do I do with you? Make you work. All right, you know exactly what I mean. Okay, so here is the initiative was supported, blah, 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 tra-la. Here, on May 16 of this year, Taras Shamaida registered a petition on the president's website demanding to sign a law banning the import and distribution of published materials from Russia and Belarus. So someone started a petition. On 30th of May, it received the required number of votes. And then on June 20th, Zelensky responded to the petition and to the flash mob on social media, calling him to introduce a ban on import and distribution of books from Russia and Belarus. What if this mob and this petition would be about a certain kind of lifestyle? Do you think the petition would even come on his desk? No? What do you mean? Let's say the mob says, or these guys will write the petition on, let's get all the blue-eyed people work for the guys with dark eyes. All right? What if? So you can't always, say, well, I'm going to do this because it was the petition and because it's the will of the people. Sometimes the mob is not sometimes, I would say, based on research and studies, the mob has the level of, a 12-year-old. This is what it is. So you don't allow the mob to make laws and rules. And that's why you don't make policies and laws based on what children say. Sometimes you take it, but hey, global warming, said Greta. Greta, you don't even know, I don't know, how to wipe your ass. And you tell us, global warming, we should do this. You don't know anything. Not anything. You don't know, just a little bit. I heard her speak when she was called out, but she's not called out because she's not going to submit to interviews where she's asked questions and she's made a fool of herself. If you ask her how the freaking, how is rain created, She's not going to know how the rain comes. Some drops fall from the sky. Tell me the process, Greta. I'm almost certain she doesn't know that. I'm exaggerating, maybe, but she talks about things way above her level of knowledge, not intelligence, knowledge. She doesn't have the information. But hey, we should listen to her. We should change the UN policy. How dare you? Shut the fuck up. How old are you? 12? Go and wipe your ass first and come back here, brush your teeth, comb your hair, and then you come back here and we're talking about how you should dress your little doll. Yes. So anyway, my friends, here it is. Do some mental gymnastics and accept Mr. Zelensky's decision to ban books and things coming from another country. Only one country. And they call it aggressor country. Well, for me that sounds like xenophobia. What does it sound to you if it's only one country? But anyway, if another country would do the same thing with, let's say, United States of America for invading, let's say, many countries, like bombarding Yugoslavia, and I'm not going to go over the list, but hey, Iraq, Syria, Libya, and Afghanistan, if they would ban books from United States of America, how do you think these guys would look at it? Oh yeah, that's fine. It's totally fine. The aggressor country, we are in... No. Then no more mental gymnastics. No more. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.